even further beyond!
Yes, sir. My name's Zakashi, guys, and in this video here, we're going to be going through a little guide where it's based on team investment. Now, I haven't done a video like this in a while, but because I feel like we're quite deep into the game, so it's been 4 years now, we're in the 4th anniversary at the time of recording this video, I feel like it's the most appropriate time to make a guide more than ever on team investment. People often ask me, what's the cheapest team I can build, but the best quality team you can build so you can get into the game's PvP structure very, very fast, and also just have one team that can guide you through every event that you need to actually participate in, no matter what. There are a lot of teams in the game, and people often look at my account, obviously, when I'm streaming or whatnot. The volume's probably mad loud, I just had to turn that down for a sec. Look at my teams and whatnot. If I go to my party formation, I have a bunch of teams, and you just see a bunch of Z equips and whatnot. But everything is an investment, down to the stars, down to the equipment. So you need to pick a team and really go heavy on that team. If you try go to many teams, you're going to have good units here and there, but one solid team you won't have, and it will make it very difficult to actually progress, especially in the higher PvP ranks, outside of your skill, of course. But that's also partially dependent on what team you pick. But essentially, I'm going to be telling you what should be the best teams you should go for and how you should go about it so that you guys don't have a hard time, generally speaking. Just to show you some of my teams here, I'm in Fusion Warriors, so you can see there's a couple Fusion setups because Super Vegito's in right now. I even have a decent Legend Road team. It's still in the progress of being invested in, but the equipments don't mind those, but the stars are already sorted. They're free to play. Another Fusion setup. I'll show you my presets, so you know I'm dead serious about what I'm talking about. I have some presets here. So I've got my Strike Fusion team, Blast Fusion team, which is recreational. I've got Sun Family, GT, Universe Survival Saga, Saiyan, and Legend Road, and I've got a movies team that I don't really use, but there are way more teams that I actually have available. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button, man. We are on this grind to 30,000 subscribers, very close to 29,000 subscribers. So be sure to press that red button. There's no teachers on my channel, so you do need a sub. Press that red button for me. All my social media links are going to be on the bottom of the screen. This is the YouTube channel, but we've got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out, all of those. But yeah, man, I'm not trying to hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into this video now. Now, the first place I got to start is actually about the characters. You need to get them. Obviously, that's common sense, and that's why you're here. However, to do that, you need chrono crystals. And especially if you're new to the game, this is more so for the guys that are new to the game right here. If you're new to the game, you have a bunch of methods. You got a bunch of methods, man. A bunch of them to get chrono crystals. I advise you stack your chrono crystals. I'm talking 20k plus. 20k is even low. Go for like 50k if you're very, very new to the game. There's so much story. All of these, every star there, imagine if it's free chrono crystals. On top of the fact, for every single mission in each part, you get 10 chrono crystals, and there's even more chrono crystals for some like other stuff on the right. There's so many chrono crystals you can get from the story alone. You should progress through this heavily so that you can actually get so many chrono crystals. But getting the chrono crystals is the main thing. I just need to mention that so people are not going in blind thinking that, oh, it's just going to be easy like that, because it's definitely not going to be. Everything's a large investment for you to have a solid team. So I'm advising that you actually play through all the story so that you can get a bunch of chrono crystals, and new accounts generally get high luck. So the more chrono crystals you have, the better you're just going to be when playing the game. So that's step one, getting chrono crystals. Once you've got that, you're good. Now, even if you're not new to the game, this is for everybody here. I can't direct you to one exact team. It's down to multiple factors. The first one I'm going to say is preference. It's the most important one. You could be watching this video and your favorite team is, I even forgot what they're called. That race that Bojack is. I forgot what they're called. Someone's gonna grill me in the comment section. Someone write in the comment section. But you know what I'm talking about. Them guys there, that could be your favorite tag in the game. And you'll be thinking, how are you gonna build them? Well, you're most likely to find them on a movies banner because they are movies characters. It's gonna come to my head later. And I'm gonna write it down, but I just can't remember right now. So if you're looking for them, you'd be looking for a movies banner. But again, it goes back to the fact that you need CC. Chrono crystals are the big thing you need. Say you save around 50k, then it's where you allocate it, and that's where you should form your team. Now, just general knowledge for guys that are not very educated on gacha games, banners are actually put into, like, how do I say this? They're put into sections of, if Super Vegito, for example, in this case, is the main headliner, expect to see Fusion Warriors on the banner, because you need characters to build around Super Vegito. So the game purposely puts Fusion Warriors or anything related to him on that banner. You can look at Ultra Super Vegito here, who's currently the main anniversary unit. He's the finale character. So on this banner we got Majin Buu saga characters, which is Kid Buu and Majin Vegeta. They're not good, essentially. Kid Buu's okay though, actually. Majin Vegeta is quite outdated, but you can make use of him. But VB and SV, they're very, very good. They both have Zenkais, and they've both been #1 player characters in the game on release. They have Zenkais especially, and they can be a very core part of your Fusion Warrior team. So just off this banner alone, you could make an insane Fusion Warrior team just off the 3 of them, and you'd actually be genuinely good. I'm not even joking. Imagine you put 50,000 Chrono Crystals into this banner. Even if you don't even get many copies of Ultra Super Vegito, you're bound to get quite a few SVs and VBs, maybe enough to even Zenkai both of them. Especially if you're new to the game, you're bound to get good luck as well. That's the assumption, new players get good luck. So it's more so about what banner you're picking. Maybe you're a movies guy, like I said, you might want to go for this banner here. If I go for the Z Power list, you can imagine there's characters relating to them. So we got Goku here. I guess Vegeta's a bit random. Revive Hunter, Son family member. 4Q Son Fam, Saiyan as well. So it's double Saiyans, Saiyan, Son Fam, movies, and then they probably put a bunch of Sparkings, but sometimes they actually pick specifically. So if I go back to the top, you'll see the first ones that show up are going to be movies ones. Bojack, Trunks, Tie Up, Broly. Some of them are random, like I said, but for the most part, they relate it to whatever the banner is, and you need to pick based on whatever you want. Same thing with the MUI banner. MUI is on the banner, so you got TOP, SSBE, God Key, God Key, God Key, God Key, God Key. All the LFs are the most valuable, so you should be chasing them, but you can build a good team off of them. Generally, deciding what tag you want is the most important thing, and I'm going to list out a couple tags after this that I would definitely say are more valuable than others, especially considering we are like 4 years in. It's not even going to be a debate. This is not a debate. I'm giving you guys the straight facts just based on how many years we're in, and just knowing they're going to be valuable for a longer time than others simply because they've already got so many good units. But yeah, it's down to your preference more than anything. You should just keep that in mind for whenever you're going to summon, but I advise you stack your Chrono Crystals first before you even decide what you want to invest into. Now, if you want a better insight as to what's popular right now, I advise you check my best teams of the month videos. I have a whole playlist on my channel, and it basically lists top 5 teams every single month. We're in July right now, so I'll do one at the end of July, but I've already got a June one up, so if you want to go check that one out, go ahead. But these are teams that I feel like will have a lot of longevity in Legends, just off the fact of how they are already at the moment, and certain units just age so well they'll always be relevant on the team. Future I'm starting with here. This is not a best team of the month, but I'm just going to mention it simply because they got so many dominant characters that will stay relevant for a very long time. The tag droids right now are very valuable, and tag switch units literally clear almost anything just because they have the switch which reverses their element. There might be different variations of it in the future, but this is what we got right now. Future, just having them, I don't even need to mention anybody else on the Future squad, but they are key focus. Soda Hope Trunks as well, very, very valuable, and he sticks on Future. If you see any Future banners, you can go for him. I'll also mention Future Han. He's a very good support and provides endurance. If you can get high stars of him off one banner, you'd be good. And I have to actually drop in this Vegeta here, absolutely insane with his draw speed and the fact that he's very tanky on the cover change. And he locks in on his ultimate, can also guarantee you a kill. No endurance nullification, but he can guarantee you a kill. There's a lot of goated characters on Future, and I feel like if you was to invest into Future, you'd get your Chrono Crystals worth in comparison to any other team. I have to mention them first. They're just way too valuable at the moment, and they're going to probably stay like that way for a very long time if you have it very much built up. Some guys that know me might call bias, but it's just facts, and if you disagree, I think you're insane. Fusion Warriors, they have very few units, but every unit on the team is high investment. But the reason that is because every time a Fusion Warrior drops, it's a very big celebration. And usually that celebration is a time that everybody saves up for anyways. We probably get one big Fusion Warrior, maybe 2 every single year, and they literally dominate the game every time they drop. If not top 1, top 2, or top 3. And that's just the case every time a big celebration Fusion Warrior drops. At the moment, we have Ultra Super Vegito out in the game, and on his banner there's Super Vegito on VB. Super Vegito is good and can get you very far, as well as VB is very good and very far. I can take USG, even though he's an Ultra, he's harder to chase. If his rerun banner comes back, it's very much worth it to go for him. He's especially dominant on his own, very much comparable to the androids, not in the exact sense, not in the same tier at the moment, but he's had his own time where he literally handled the whole meta on his own. Fusion Warriors, like I said, they only drop once a year, so you won't be summoning a lot if you actually aim to get these units here. I'd even mention G4, even though I wouldn't say he's that in comparison to how I mentioned like USG and whatnot, but he did his thing as well. Even though they drop like once or twice a year, very, very easy to get a code of all of them because they're celebration units. That's how I'm going to call them. Celebration units, they're meant to be OP. They're meant to drop on hype occasions. Everybody saves up for them because it's the hype moment of the year, whether it's festival, anniversary, and that's just the case. If you want to disagree with that, go argue with a wall. Because honestly, you can't hate on characters that always drop on the anniversary. Everybody saves up for them, and that's just the fact for any type of gacha game. Simple as that, bro. Similar to Fusion Warriors, you can imagine Gogeta and Vegeta being both of the main two Saiyans in the show, main two characters in the show. Goku and Vegeta, they're a fusion of them. They're gonna be the most hype and the most powerful things you can get in the show, pretty much. So they're gonna hype them up when they drop them for celebrations and whatnot. But the same thing with the God Key team. This is what Dragon Ball is right now. It's the peak. Goku go blue, Vegeta go blue. If they fuse, Vegeta go blue, Gogeta go blue. These God Key characters always come with insane power, and there's so many good ones. VB is an example. Before his Zenkai, after the Zenkai, very, very solid. On his Zenkai, best in the game. Goku Bluey back in the day, insane. Hakai Beerus dropping with revival nullification. He's not insane, but it is coming in handy. I already spoke about this Vegeta one mentioned in future. Vados has been a very strong support in the game for so long. It's so stupid. We already know what Blue Bros can do. UI on release. Even if we look at the yellows, Gogeta Blue and Kyle Ken, like, come on, bro. There's a lot of value in God Key, and you can only imagine in the future when they release ultras of certain blues. Imagine an SSBE Ultra or something like that, or an MUI Ultra. It'll be insane. It just shows how much value God Key will have in the future. It's just the peak of Dragon Ball. They're gonna make them good in units. It's almost a guarantee. I'd even mention MUI. Like, what the hell? They're almost guaranteed to get insane units. So if you see a God Key banner, you look at the units on the side, and I'd say compare it to my best teams of the month so you can actually gauge what units are worth it. For example, if there's only one good unit on the team, I wouldn't advise summoning for it. But these three teams so far, definitely invest into them. Now, this is the last team I'm going to mention. I was going to try go for 5, but I feel like it's too many to pick from. And I have a 5th one, but I'm going to mention it as the conclusion for the end of this video as to why I didn't mention it. But for this one here, I have Sun Family. Now, the reason I put Sun Family is because we all know Gohan, right? We know Gohan, right? Even in the superhero movie recently, but we know that Super Saiyan 2 peak Han, right? We know. I'm not even going to mention anything. You guys know he's very, very, very important to Dragon Ball's sense of iconicness and whatnot. So they're going to make hype versions of him, and he's going to be dominant. We already know about this guy here, and if you don't know, this guy was a very, very good unit in the game. No, he was the best unit in the game for a very, very long time. Abnormally long time. Sun Family is a very valid team based off Goku. Goku literally the main character of Dragon Ball, and they're also going to prize of his son, Gohan, and they're going to drop very, very good versions of either or. If I go to the yellow, we obviously got Kyle Ken. Future Han I mentioned on Future. Blue Bros, it comes with Vegeta, but it's solid. Overall, a lot of good units that used to dominate the game. Namek Goku for a Zenkai buff. Super Saiyan 3 Goku for a Zenkai buff. A lot of Zenkai buffs for Saiyans as well. Goten, Sun Fam. MUI, FSK, I already mentioned. I'm going about round in circles, but you can see the characters that are really good in the game just tend to go back and forth on different teams in most cases. But I'd say these 4 teams are most valuable to invest into to build very steadily so you can keep up with all of the high ranks. With Sun Family, I'd say you have to invest a bit more than others, simply because the Sun Family characters don't buff each other, but you can get a lot out of it if you genuinely invest into this team. But I feel like what's good with Sun Family is that even if you go for example, it's based on Goku's and Gohan's more than anything, some Gotens, but I'm not even going to count Goten, is that whether you're building like a Saiyan team or like a hybrid Saiyan team, it mixes in together, which is what makes it very valuable, which is why I had to mention Sun Family over hybrids and Saiyans. Now I'm going to get to my conclusions on why I didn't mention a 5th team, but there will be the 5th team in this conclusion for the video. Now, The reason I did not mention Saiyans is probably one that you expected to hear. The reason why I didn't mention it is because there's too many of them. And that makes it too vague to allocate your CC. I feel like if you pick a much more refined tag, you'd get a lot more value out of it. On top of the fact that Saiyans, they come in and out of the meta, but they literally get every single character. And not every single character is going to buff Saiyans. A lot of them do. Specifically talking about Goku's and Vegetas, they're the main lot. Maybe a Bardock and Broly on occasion. But not every character is going to buff Saiyans. And I feel like even if you go for any of the other tags, some future tags, they have Vegeta's Goku or Vegetas as well. They don't always buff Saiyans, but they kind of cross over with Saiyans because they are Saiyans, but it's about what's buffing the team in general. So that's the main reason why I didn't include Saiyans. For example, I don't know. Let's look at this Kefla here. She once dominated the game heavily as a fusion warrior, but she's not buffing Saiyans. Like, that's not her main thing. She's a girl and she's a fusion warrior. Those are two more solid things that stand out, and that's just what Legends decided to buff, than the fact that she's a Saiyan in game anyways. Not obviously in the show. I feel like her being a Saiyan from Universe 6 is a much bigger thing, but in game is very much scaled much differently. It's a game at the end of the day. The same thing with hybrid Saiyans, but I feel like with the hybrid Saiyans, they kind of come in and out a lot more. Like, they get one dominant unit, they're here for a minute, then they just dip out for a long time as well. But that's just the main reason why I didn't mention those. But for the teams I did mention, I feel like they're very much of value. And you can see in my case, I've opted in for the Fusion Warrior route. Every celebration, I'm on bad timing, I'm on BT. You know, hey, I got a rep for my guys. But whatever tag you pick, I'm sure you can get a lot of value out of it. Maybe I should have mentioned movies as well, but I don't feel like they're as valuable as the ones I did mention. Some may disagree, but I don't feel like movies has a lot of as much longevity as the ones I mentioned. But that's just my take on that. I feel like they're very close though, because they even cross over with the Fusion Warriors, with the Gogeta involvement. There are a lot of Cold Gohans and Gokus. So I think I'll sprinkle movies in there as an honorable mention. Sagas from the movies tag is very broad as well. I'll just sprinkle it in there as well. But that's going to be the end of the video for this investment video. Obviously, I can't force you to spend your CC in one direction, but you have to use your IQ on what banner is worth it for you. I can't predict what banners will be there in the future, but it's just dependent on when you're deciding to invest into the game. You could be invested in the game when it's the year of 2024, and they're dropping a future banner with transforming Vegeta Blue. He's an Ultra LF unit. Let's say. I can't predict that, but on that banner they could put a bunch of old LFs, and you could just build one stack team off that banner solely because you saved for so long. And that's really the key to it, saving so that you can invest into one big banner and build a team off that banner. If you can get a banner where they actually increase the Z power as well, that's even more worth it because it makes it easier for you to actually accumulate the same results through less effort. So you're getting more Z power for every single drop. Even the fodder units that you get can be used as a good Z ability buff for the team. So just gotta mention that. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully it was helpful in some way, shape or form, because people do ask me a lot of the time, don't invest heavily into free to play. Trust me, free to plays never win. They never win. In the end anyways, they never win. The game end up selling out so that they can actually pull in money for their game. But you free to plays can still get very far. If you're very lucky as well, you can win. But let's speak generally speaking, the whales are always going to have the advantage. That's why I advise you to save and allocate your CC in one specific place. Press the subscribe button if you haven't already. On this grind to 30,000 subscribers. All my social media links are going to be at the bottom of the screen. It's the YouTube channel. We've got Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. I don't have anything else to say. I'm going to be trying bringing more guides and more content in general. I stream every day, so you will love it here on this channel. You don't get much of my personality in a guide video, but on my streams you definitely will, and I'm sure you'd have a good time. Ignore that sword that's been in the back there. You've probably been looking at it the whole time. My name's Zakashi, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Lend me your energy! You're through!